Brian?
Yes, love?
If you're not careful, you won't get the 8:30 post. You just left the postal votes in the middle.
Mariah Murphy.
Who's Mariah Murphy?
Mariah Murphy is one of the world's underprivileged. She's married to a drunken layabout. She's very fertile. She's about to be evicted. And there's nothing we can do about it except shoot. First her husband and then her landlord. Brian, I've been through all that already. There's nothing. You're just wasting time.
Shooting's too good for a man like that. 7 children at her age. I know what I'd do with them.
What?
Never you mind.
But, Cherry, perhaps she likes children.
Well, she can't look after them. I'm sorry, if ever there was an argument for compulsory sterilisation, it's Mariah Murphy. Abby, why don't you use the road stamp? Writing it out every time, it's silly.
Oh, it looks nicer written.
But it takes longer.
Why doesn't she take the pill? That would just solve everything.
You're too young to talk like that. Mrs. Moore.
I'm 17.
I'm grateful she does talk like that, believe me, Rita. Look at her.
Well, I don't know. I really don't know.
I would never take the pill.
Why not?
Talking like that with men present.
I think it's unnatural.
So's cleaning your teeth. Brian, do please leave that. You've done what you can for the Murphys on the council and off, and it's precisely nothing. The way to help the Murphys is to get Philip elected, isn't it? So come on.
I don't think Philip Rick's interested in helping anyone except himself.
What a thing to
That's so
say.
mean.
Try not to make a fool of yourself, Judy.
Well, I don't, and I don't like his moustache. I don't like old men in kinky gear. It's stupid.
40 isn't old, little one.
Isn't it?
Oh, you are so frivolous. What does it matter, What does it matter what anyone looks like?
Suppose you would never have married Dad if you thought it did, and I would never have existed.
Well, thank you very much, daughter. You can finish the postal vote for that.
Oh, Dad, it was only a joke.
I think Brian's very good looking. Better looking than Peter, even. Peter's away so much these days, sometimes I forget what he does look like. You're very lucky, Cherry, having a husband who's at home so much.
His body's here, he sits and writes his books, but his mind is always somewhere else. Isn't it, Brian?
This is Philip Rick speaking. You all know me from your TV screens, and you know my reputation as an honest, if outspoken man. I'm new to local politics, but that doesn't change anything. If the truth is a 4-lettered word, I am not afraid to use it. And the truth I see, here and now, is that the new policy our town so desperately needs can be won only by the pressure of the people and their organizations. By you! Where are they all?
Saturday night. Oh, they're playing bingo, watching the telly, getting drunk, leading their own lives, begetting the new generation.
Lucky things, why aren't I?
Oh, Saturday night, the world's a good place. Why should they listen to you? It's only the discontented that want to change things. Monday morning, now that's different.
What an extraordinary thing to say. I am not discontented. On the contrary, my life is very good. I simply want it to be good for everyone. The property owners, the money lenders, the monopolists and their parties want only those changes that will increase their own profits. I couldn't huff you with a cup of cha and some steak and chips. Shall we go back to Cherry's?
You do very well out of Cherry, don't you? She doesn't usually believe in comforts for the troops. Then you're a very good-looking man. We of the old school tend to be rather a weasel-faced lot. Undernourished in youth, you know. And perhaps you don't.
I wonder what she sees in Brian, a woman like that.
Husband, I expect. Here comes the opposition.
The ratepayers' money is spent. It is your schools. It is your housing.
I somehow feel I could be saying all that.
That's the way it goes these days.
Don't you get discouraged?
Yes. But it's still as good a way as any other of spending Saturday night. Wife died 3 years ago.
Any children?
Yeah. One's a chartered accountant, one's an architect, very smart.
They've done very well.
They've been very selfish, if that's what you mean. The young don't know the meaning of hardship. Well, in a way, we grumble, it's what we worked for, isn't it?
Complacency is the enemy of good government. Think of your children and their...
And so,
what?
We're right and they're wrong.
Tired politicians who raise your rates.
Brian does look tired,
He's always tired.
but works so hard all the time for other people. So do you both. You don't have to.
Somebody does.
I think he needs feeding up a bit.
Oh, Abby. If Brian wants to cook himself tempting little dishes, he's welcome. It's his stove as well as mine. He's a better cook than me. Aren't you, Brian?
What?
You're a better cook than me. Abby's telling me how thin you're looking.
Yes, I have lost a lot of weight recently.
Well, then you should see a doctor.
I have.
When? You didn't tell me.
Well, you were rather busy.
Well, what did he say? What Watson always does say, I expect your wife isn't looking after you properly. He does hate women, that man.
I didn't see Watson.
Who then?
Man in Harley Street, privately.
You must be out of your mind. It's immoral.
What did he say?
Oh, he sent me for blood tests.
And how much did that cost?
I shall know the result on Monday afternoon.
But you're canvassing on Monday. Well, what's the matter with you?
What indeed?
You really are the world's worst hypochondriac. Well, I suppose I shall have to get somebody else. It's very inconvenient.
I'll do it.
Thought your weekdays were too full of babies and cooking and dusting to do any work. You always said they were.
Oh, now Peter's away, I haven't got so much to do.
Good. You do look a bit peaky, Brian, I suppose. You better get to bed early.
I'll get him a cup of tea or something,
You
Cherry.
are a terrible little mother-smother, Abby. No wonder Peter is away so much. I expect in Africa he feels he can breathe. How long's he away for this time?
6 weeks.
Splendid. We'll get this election over without you rushing home to cook his Brussels sprouts or find his cufflinks. Was he helpless before you married him, or did you make him helpless?
If you think I'm so stupid, why do you have me for a friend?
Habit. Everything these days is habit. It's time Philip was back. He's late.
His name's Jake. He looks at me and I look at him. He's got a kind of curly face, with curly hair and curly lips, and his eyes are long and slanty and so full of meaning. Somehow I've got to keep mine lowered, even though I don't know what the meaning is.
I can guess.
Older people can be very crude. There's more in life than just sex.
What I don't understand is why you're here. Why aren't you down at that club of yours, looking and being looked at?
Don't know, really. Only soon it won't be just looking, will it? All the girls in the cafe look just like me, that's the trouble. Do you think I should cut my hair?
Certainly not. It's a girl's crowning glory.
I've inherited Dad's hair, that's the trouble. I would, wouldn't I? Mum's is quite nice, only she won't do anything with it. Have you noticed the way Philip Ricks looks at her?
No, certainly not. Got a thing to say.
Well, I have. I notice that sort of thing quite a lot. He's married, though, isn't he?
And so's your mother.
So it would only be something temporary, wouldn't it? How sordid. Philip Rick's very passé, really. He's hardly ever on the telly these days. I expect that's why I went into politics. Some people do anything for an audience. Peter, cut my hair short like a boy, come on.
No.
But I want to now, please.
Doing what you want the moment you want is very fashionable these days.
Why do you always have to get so cross? There's no reason not to do what you want. Not now, not with the pill and everything. You've just got to find the right person to do it with, that's all.
Here comes the people's saviour. And look the damage he causes. Laying low with the merest breath of fresh air those who ought surely to have grown invincible in the cause of democracy. Here, let me help you. I'll tell you something about your ward, Cherry. Apathy is very active in it.
No.
I'm not blaming. I merely mention in passing that I, who am accustomed to an audience of at least 9 million viewers, today had an audience of at least 6 people. If I appeared nude, do you think it would be an improvement? I've a fine figure for a politician.
Not even nudity could turn something boring into something interesting.
Boring?
Oh, local government, I meant. The more necessary things are, the more dreary they appear. Like husbands, I expect.
What are you talking about? You hungry, Philip? Would you like something to eat?
Fantastic.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing. No, I was right about one thing at least. There's no justice in the world.
Bacon and eggs. I'm not much of a cook, but I can manage that.
Oh, she's quite good at bacon and eggs, you'll find. I always cook the breakfast in fat for Dad and me. Mum's a late riser. She's also rather bad-tempered in the mornings, I warn you.
Aren't you going off to your club?
Suppose I might as well.
Well, I'm not giving up because Cherry says it's no use.
Philip Brick is very good looking, isn't he?
Yes, I'm told. He's a great all-round man. He's a great speaker, great sportsman, great lover, no doubt.
He has quite a reputation. He's never at home with his wife. He's always off with someone.
So one understands.
You're worth 100 of him.
Well, that's nice of you to say so, even though it isn't true. You don't have to worry about me, Abby. I've got my own ways of looking after myself.
I wish I had.
You look about 18.
Do I? That's nice of you, but I'm not. Judy's the one who's 18. Do you want one egg or two?
3. Are you happy with Brian?
Why, what a funny thing to say.
You haven't answered.
Well, of course I am.
I'm happy with my wife,
Glad to hear it, I'm sure.
but she only takes up a little corner of my life, you see. She leaves me a great, wide area of freedom in which I feel what I want and do what I want, and I'm happy.
How nice for her.
Relax. Slow down.
If I slowed down, I'd have time to think, and that would never do.
What would you think about?
Will you have some fried bread?
2 slices. You have very pretty little hands.
That's a wedding ring there.
That's a wedding ring there. I think you're very petit bourgeois, Cherry Red.
Brian used to call me Cherry Red.
But he doesn't now.
No.
Tell me why you think you're so unhappy, then I'll tell you why I think you are. That'll be fun.
Try volume 2. Goes back a long way, but it might help.
7 children is an awful lot, isn't it? Think of putting on 14 socks a day. If you're cutting toenails, that would be 70 to do at a time. Why did you only have one child?
Cherry could never find time for another. Not maternal like you. I'd have liked more.
You're so thin. Look at your hand.
I've always been thin.
She should be cooking eggs and bacon for you, not for him.
Oh, but he deserves his dinner more than me. I'll never save the world now. Cherry knows it. Philip might. In passing.
Oh, I never wanted a man who'd save the world. I just wanted a man who'd save me.
And did he, your absentee husband?
It's not fair of her, especially if you're not well. It's not as if you were away or anything. Are you really ill? You anemic or something?
I'll know on Monday.
She really ought to take more notice.
Cherry is very frightened by illness. Philip, I'm sure, has never had a day's illness in his life.
I don't like him. I don't like the way he looks at me.
Well, that's not the point, is it? It doesn't matter how he looks at anybody. You've got to trust Mariah Murphy and her drunken husband and her 7 children to his care, because there's no one else who'll do it.
Well, there's you.
I'm tired.
When I was 20, I loved plump and capable women. A little older than myself. I married one. She's been a mother to me ever since. When I was 25, I loved model girls. Beautiful, rich, unfeeling things with long legs and flat chests. When I was 35, I lusted after dolly girls with skinny limbs, big black eyes, and little skirts. Now, I'm 40.
And?
I simply want a woman to equal me. Will you come to visit me at my hotel?
Certainly not.
Pity. I've only ever been visited in hotels by stupid women. An intelligent one would have made a nice change.
I hardly think brain would be relevant to your purpose.
You think I have no feelings. You are wrong. I've taken rather longer to grow up than most men, I admit. Like trying to save the world, I've come to it late, but impassioned. I'm interested in you, Cherry Red, as well as your body. You must be taken away from all this.
All what?
Leaflets through suburban letterboxes. Oh, conduct the political life of the nation by all means, but do it from the corridors of power, in style, not from a semi-detached. You're worth so much more than all this. I would like to rescue you.
I don't feel the need to be rescued.
Well, I feel the need to rescue you.
I thought we were supposed to be talking about how unhappy I was, but we always seem to end up talking about you. It's very confusing.
Do you feel 18 again?
Yes. Just as inadequate.
Good. That's a start.
Do you think people notice?
Notice what?
You and me.
Of course not.
I brought the circulars, Mrs. Wells, if you could get them done by Tuesday.
Oh, call me Abby. We're all equal, aren't we?
Not what I've noticed.
Shall I make a nice cup of tea?
Oh, thank you. Nice piece of carpet, isn't it? You should see my lino. It's not been down a month and it's rotted already. Oh, yes, made it nice here. Of course, it's bright and light to begin with. And the plaster's sound.
Is it? I don't know much about plaster, I'm afraid.
Well, you've got a husband to think about that, haven't you?
Occasionally.
Mrs. Moore says go to the rent tribunal about the damp, but I don't want to stir things up. It was Mr. Moore that gave me the lino. She'd blow up the world to make her point. She wouldn't give you a bit of lino like he did, even though it did rot within a month.
Oh, well, you have to be tough to get things done.
Get what done? She'd be far better advised looking after that girl of hers than doing all this. Politics is no work for a woman. Well, it was different for me. I did it for Clive's sake and remembrance. The hours he used to put in at polling times. Dedicated he was. Yes, it was a great shock to me, his passing on. You ought to value things while you've got them. They don't last long. That's why I don't understand Mrs. Moore.
What do you mean?
Cherries she's called, isn't she? Cherries are supposed to be soft, sweet, red things, but she's rotten in the middle. Carrying on with that Mr. Rick for all to see. And him a married man.
Well, it's got nothing to do with us, has it? I mean, what people do is their own affair.
Oh, no, it's not. Not if you're a married person. Marriage is everyone's business. Poor Mr. Moore. She deserves what she gets, that woman. I know she's a friend of yours, but she deserves what she gets.
Do you think so?
Yes, I do. She's no call to be so superior.
No, she hasn't, has she? But she always is.
I hope he gives her hell. He probably will. It's the quiet ones you've got to watch.
Brian.
Yes?
Philip and me.
Oh, yes, Philip and you.
Well, there's no sense in not being honest, is there? I hate
You
pretences.
always were an honest person. Do you mean to marry him?
I don't know.
He has a wife and child already, of course. Well, I dare say they too could be organised.
It's so difficult trying to talk to you. We don't seem to speak the same language anymore. I love him, Brian.
Oh, yes, that word. I remember that word from my extreme youth. Judy uses it quite a lot.
Does nothing make any impression on you? Is there nothing in this world you care about?
I care about all kinds of things. I care about the plants growing in the garden. I care about Judy, what you and I have made of her.
She doesn't care about you.
She has been taught not to. I care about Mariah Murphy crying in the night because she has 7 children and a drunken husband who beats her, and soon she'll have nowhere to live.
But you don't care about the election.
Not much. No. It seems a small thing all of a sudden. I'm sorry, Cherry, but you can't change the world from the outside in. You've got to change it from the inside out.
And you don't care about me.
Well, I search in my mind for the things I care about, and these are the answers that come out. I'm sorry, Cherry, that they don't suit you. But what can it matter in the scheme of things, what you do with Philip or what Philip does? Look, what happens to his wife and child? Yes, that matters. But you and he... I'm sorry, Cherry, but it is of so little importance. Stop wasting my time.
There was a time when you and I...
Oh, there was always a time. For all of us, when valley, hill and stream and so forth. Oh, yes.
Very odd. What have you been doing?
I've been seeing a doctor, actually.
Of course it was this afternoon. Well, I can't remember everything. There's so much. Well, what did he say?
Time has passed for telling. I'm afraid you let the moment go. Do you remember when we were children how one day would last for eternity, summers would go on forever? Now if the days flash by, perhaps it's because we want to see them pass, taking so little pleasure in them.
What did the doctor say?
Oh, he was a very pleasant man. I dare say, being so rich, he could afford to be.
What is the matter with you?
You have been asking me that question for years. More as a rebuke than because you wanted an answer. Now you actually require one. I can only say what I've always said. Question. Brian, what is the matter with you? Answer, being Brian.
You're trying to frighten me. You've got to tell me what he said.
No, I've got to do nothing anymore. Go off and enjoy yourselves, you and your Superman, but you don't have my blessing. I reserve that for his wife and child, but I don't grudge you your pleasure. I never have.
But I've never ever before.
Don't lie.
Now, Brian, love...
And don't use that word to me. You don't know what it means. You never have.
So then he walked me home. Me.
Well, why not? You're a pretty girl and you look easy.
Oh, why are you always attacking me? I thought you'd be rather pleased for me. It's natural for me to be interested in boys. I've got to find out.
Time enough when you're married.
You can make awful mistakes that way.
You can make awful mistakes anyway.
He's asked me out again tonight. If he asks me, what shall I say?
Why don't you speak to your mother? I don't want to hear all this.
Oh, her. She's too busy. She should never have had children. She's too busy making the world a nice place for me to live in.
And is it a nice place?
Yes, it's smashing.
I don't know why you bother doing all this. Isn't it too much trouble?
Oh, well, it's a load of old rubbish, but I've got nothing else to do. What was that for?
I don't mind your being a slut. There were always sluts. What I mind is the time my Clive wasted, making a better world for the likes of you. Late home night after night with his dinner drying up the oven and my temper rising in the rouse.
What have I done?
While the present council try to preserve a privileged position for their own children at the expense of the majority, our children suffer.
Blast. This thing's on the blink. Andrew?
Oh, that wire keeps working loose.
It's not fair of him to worry me so.
Who?
Brian,
Can't you stop talking about Brian?
he is very thin.
I expect he was born thin. I had a cousin who was born thin.
What happened to him?
He died of leukemia.
Oh, I don't think that's very funny.
Neither do I.
I used to sit down every Sunday in Trafalgar Square when we were protesting about the bomb. Brian never would. He'd stay to look after Judy. I went inside for 3 months once. Well, we did stop the testing for a bit, people like me.
I know.
Brian used to make me think I ought to stay at home and look after Judy. Judy was all right. And there were all those other children in the world who weren't. Somebody had to do something.
Relax. Relax. Relax.
There never seemed any reason not to stay with him. That's why I stayed, I think. We went to the same school, we lived in the same village. We married when we were 20. We've always worked together and lived together. I thought we'd achieved something. He says we haven't. Why won't he tell me what the doctor said? It's not fair.
Yeah, here you are.
Scores of thousands of our neighbours are still prisoners of squalor, in old, inadequate, decaying... The last. It's gone again.
We've had enough talk, some planning and blueprint. This city doesn't need airy-fairy planning. It needs to get things done for its thousands of homeless. What we need is a massive crusade for many new homes. We must be more ready to renew old properties and the scandal of empty houses.
Monstrous lies! Hypocrisy! How they can!
Oh, give us a kiss, Cherry.
We need economic rents.
You don't take anything seriously.
No.
What they need can
I
be
thought you
owned by
did.
those who look better off. Why should people who can well afford it be subsidised by the ratepayer? What should you pay?
But we haven't finished with education. Andrew!
What am I doing? I'm not 18.
Why did she hit me? There's no reason to do that. I like her. Oh, I try and tease her a bit, but really I like her and she knows that. Perhaps she was jealous. Old people often are, I find.
Jealous?
Oh, they're just angry because we're having a good time and they didn't.
Do you have a good time?
Well, if I don't, it's only because of me. Not because of anything outside me. I mean, I don't blame anyone. I was only trying to ask her advice.
But why Rita?
She's a woman. Got to ask someone. I mean, I know everything. No one hides anything. But it all seems so simple. There must be something else, or what's all the fuss about?
Yeah. Couldn't very well ask your mother a thing like that, could you? Why not Abby?
Ooh, Abby. She just falls into bed with everyone. That's not at all what I want.
You're too young to talk like that. How do you know?
A friend of Jake's lives next door. Anyhow, I don't like the way she chases you. I know it served Mum right. but
Don't
all the
be
same.
silly.
Oh, people are always telling me not to be silly. I know I'm silly, but I'm right about Abby. And I don't know why Mum bothers about her.
Does she?
You never notice a thing about other people, do you? Mum's got a very jealous disposition, really. I do think you should do something about Mum and that man, though. She can't look after herself, really, and he's such a terrible old phony.
I thought he was Superman.
What, him? He's got built-up shoes and padded shoulders, whilst everyone sensible's trying to look all thin and weedy. Got to do something.
Do something. How nice to be young and imagine that there's always something that can be done to make things better, that for every problem there's a solution waiting to be plucked from the sky like a ripe peach.
Well, honestly, I do think she'd appreciate a bit of fuss, not just all this calmness and reason all over the place and let's all be civilised. It's very old-fashioned, that kind of thing.
Very well, I will do something. In the meantime, get on with your own life and don't meddle in my affairs. Don't get yourself pregnant, that's all I ask. We set you free, we must put up with the consequences.
Oh, I can look after myself.
Yeah, your mother said that, and then there was you.
I'm not like Mother was.
No. When your mother was your age, she was so festooned with college scarves, badges, leaflets, textbooks, you could hardly tell what she looked like. It was 1945. We stood on the top of a hill, looked over the plains, said, now at last we can begin to build paradise. And look.
Well, it's not my fault I'm not cleverer. I suppose I should be thinking about things, but honestly, I can't be bothered. All I can think about is Jake. His hair curls behind his ears like a baby's. Poor old Mum. Must have been very boring just with one man all her life the way people did. Perhaps that's why now. I don't often talk to you. Or is it that you don't talk to me? There. How does that look?
Yeah, it's very nice. You're a pretty girl. But nothing to do with me.
That's a fine thing to say.
How nice you make things look. Why have I never been here before? There's so much about you I don't know.
I've asked you and Cherry once or twice, but you could never come. Cherry is a very busy person, isn't she?
Was Peter away a great deal?
More and more. They send him abroad. He's such a wonderfully good talker, you see. He could sell anybody anything.
It must be lonely for you.
If he was a grocer's assistant or something, he could be home every night at 6 o'clock and help put the children to bed. I wouldn't mind. It's not his money I want, it's him. But he doesn't seem to think of that.
You don't usually complain.
I don't want people feeling sorry for me. I don't suppose I'm any different from anyone else, just because my life hasn't turned out the way I hoped. Do you enjoy life?
Oh, Cherry and I, we don't enjoy things, we change them. Perhaps it would have done better to have stayed in the fields and watched the corn growing and just let things be.
I always wanted to live in the country, but Peter doesn't like cows.
Did you do those pictures on the walls?
Yes. I shall make you a birthday card now.
Oh, it isn't my birthday.
Never mind.
Oh, how lucky you are. Being able to make things. Cherry and I were always too busy sorting out right from wrong to distinguish shapes and colours. Do you know what my monument will be when I'm dead? It'll be one of those big hygienic blocks with 6 families on every floor, all of them wishing they lived nearer the ground. So much light near now it blinds them. Pulling the curtains of an evening against that frightening view, the better to watch the television.
Well, people have got to live somewhere. There's ever so many of them. Too many.
I know there's no going back, but I wonder how it'll end.
You are very depressed. Or is it Cherry and that man?
Can I stay the night? I know I'm abrupt, but I never learnt the art of seduction.
What will Cherry say?
What could she say?
I get so lonely. Making things and looking after children's all very well. But if there's nobody there to see, you get to feel you're hardly a woman at all. But we are both married to other people, aren't we?
And where's your husband? Where's my wife?
You're quite right. Where is Peter? Why isn't he here looking after me, saving me from myself? What does he expect will happen? He's got no right to go off and leave me by myself. How will I look Cherry in the eye tomorrow?
I'm taking nothing from Cherry that she wants.
Or supposing someone finds out? I do worry about that.
Who would be interested?
Or you'll have to leave before the morning because of the children.
Do you often do this kind of thing?
Oh, never. Never.
It's not much of a street, but it's where I live. And it's too small to be a one-way. It's so narrow it'll shake to pieces. And nobody cares. When I got out of bed this morning, I could feel the floorboards shaking. Couldn't breathe for diesel fumes. Couldn't breathe.
When Londoners die, their lungs are all pitted black with soot. But it doesn't matter. It acts as a kind of preservative, they say. I read it in the paper.
The traffic has to be kept moving somehow.
Why, down my street?
We all have to make sacrifices if we're going to get anywhere.
It's funny there's always people like me that have to make the sacrifices. It's always my lungs that have to go, my ears that have to be deafened, and my little house that has to be shaken to pieces. I haven't noticed the traffic being diverted down this street.
The council isn't some kind of enemy, it's a friend. It exists to organise and do the sensible thing, but it can't please everyone all the time.
The town hall for a friend. Who wants enemies? I'd rather trust a ratman to the council any day. At least you know where you stand.
Why don't you ask Philip Rick to help? See what happens.
He can't do much.
Politicians are just the same as any other man. All promises till they get what they want.
Oh, why are you all so depressed?
Because we are older than you. I've nothing to look forward to. All I've got is my widow's pension. I manage because my rent is low. If they shake my little house to pieces, what then?
I haven't had a letter from Peter for 3 weeks. He's found a girlfriend, I know he has. Oh, well, you've got to expect it if he's away so much. Why does he have to go away at all? How's he expected to keep a marriage going?
Jake's just made a record. He's going to be ever so rich.
Don't be silly.
Why are you so sure nothing nice will ever happen? It does sometimes, you know, it must. Oh, I do wish you'd come down and hear him sing sometime, Mum.
I'd like to, but I am a bit busy, Judy.
Yes, you are, aren't you? So's Dad, I hear. It's nothing to do with me anymore. I've got my own life to live. We've all got our different ways of being happy, haven't we?
You are 17, Judy, and quite honestly, that is too young to have valid views on anything. I'm sorry, but there it is. You'll have to wait a while yet before you can join the grown-ups.
I'm growing up as fast as I possibly can, I promise you. Why can't you take me seriously? I know everything you know.
It's not knowledge I'm talking about. Anybody who can behave like the birds and the bees. It's feeling.
I tell you, I've got such feeling inside, it chokes me.
We all have those.
Well, what do you do with them?
You learn to live with them and you try not to act on them, if you can possibly help it.
You get on with scrubbing the floors and cooking the dinner, and in the end, the only thing that chokes you is the diesel fumes.
Mother.
I don't know.
I'll go and make us all a nice cup of tea.
Things date so quickly. What was here yesterday's a pile of rubble today. Rossetti Street seems to have disappeared completely.
Where are the voters from Rossetti Street? That's what I want to know. Hope they're grateful. They ought to be. It is an achievement, isn't it? New blocks shooting up wherever one looks. New homes for old.
It's a long way down to the pub.
A little on the bleak side now, perhaps, but once the trees have grown.
Oh, no trees. Undermine the foundations.
Well, bushes, shrubs, flowers.
We discourage greenery of any kind. It leads to trouble, and we have enough of that from the humans without the vegetation rampant as well.
You're taking the mickey, aren't you?
Good heavens, no, I have no sense of humour. I'm renowned for it. Didn't Cherry tell you? She tells one all kinds of things. She's very talkative. Blackmailers must have a thin time of it nowadays. There's so little anyone is ashamed of, even politicians.
Now, what did she want to go and do a thing like that for? Suburbia has eroded deeper into her soul than I thought. It's a very boring business, electioneering. This godforsaken suburb, week after week. Cherry seemed the one bright spot.
You should have chosen Abby if you wanted to pass the time.
I tried that. She talks about her husband too much.
The point about him is, he's away.
If you'll excuse me saying so, you're so complacent a husband, you might as well have been away.
Not complacent, no. Obsessed by emotional pacifism, if you like.
I'm very fond of Cherry. She isn't happy.
It isn't my fault.
I do like to make women happy.
I'm sure that's very good of you. Well, when I'm gone, I hope you'll be responsible for her.
Where's it going to end? I've trouble sleeping anyway since Clive died. And now with this traffic, I'll never sleep again. The ornaments shake on the mantelpiece, all my little bits and pieces at the end of them. And now you say it's no good going to Mr. Rick for help. Then why am I folding the candidate's face and sticking it into envelopes day after day?
Because your husband did. If you think only through your husband, you don't find yourself with much of a mind when he's gone.
You've got a nerve talking to me like that. You with your airs. What sort of a wife are you? You and your fancy man. And your husband ill.
ill?
Calm down, Rita. It wasn't an attack, just an observation of fact. Stop talking nonsense in front of Judy.
And what about the widows and orphans? Does nobody care for them anymore?
Widow? Stop using that word like a title to be proud of. You're just a woman like any other. Except you married a man who died before you. Well, it happens. A woman who lives her life through her husband is a fool.
I've listened to a lot of modern talk in this house, but this takes the biscuit. I'm not going to sit here and have my widowed state insulted. Not by a woman with no morals.
I spent 20 years as the most moral and miserable person on this earth.
Oh, Mum.
I know I shouldn't, I'm sorry. I can't bear unhappy people. I've spent my life dusting and sweeping and cleaning my little corner of the world, and it's still as much of a mess as it ever was.
Why does everyone have to make me so miserable just when I was managing to be happy? And if you were so miserable with Dad for 20 years, why did you marry him in the first place?
Because when it came to a matter of registering you, it seemed simpler to be married, that's why.
Thank you. You're a terrible mother.
How dare you? What do you know about anything? Anything?
Yes, you are. You're terrible. You never look at anything or feel anything or have any thought about anything except for your stupid old politics and now your stupid Philip Rick.
Oh, run away and play houses with your little boys.
Oh, you're so jealous of me, aren't you? Because I'm young and happy and I can play the field and you never could.
Yes, you are quite right. I am jealous of you. I can scarcely bear to look at you. My life is finished and you've just started. Every day you grow more makes me grow less.
Oh, don't let's quarrel. It's not my fault.
I know, I'm sorry. But what am I going to do?
Well, Philip Rick won't make you look any younger. He'll just make you look sillier. What did she mean, Dad's ill?
Oh, he's been to see a doctor. He won't tell me what he said.
Why
I
not?
don't know. I just don't know, Judy.
Oh, I expect he's told her.
Who?
Ooh, the nest builder, the tea maker, Abby.
Why her?
Mum, didn't you know? He was there nearly all last night. Where did you think he was? I'll go and speak to him. Expect he'll talk to me. I'm not all that important to him.
I'd hoped to get here before they bulldozed the garden. There was an azalea bush I wanted to rescue. Azaleas like acid soil. Still, if they don't concrete it over, it might push its way up again. Nice of you to come and meet me.
Where's Philip?
Making a phone call home.
To his wife?
That's right.
Good.
Shall we look for plants for the garden? You don't care much for plants, do you?
I can't say I really ever bothered. We used to dissect them in botany, but I had this trouble seeing through the microscope. We drew flowers in articles.
Look, a poppy.
I did a poppy for my own level, but I failed. Pity. I thought at least I'd get art.
Ugly, isn't it?
What?
All this rubbish.
Well, then don't look. Only look at the things you like. It all depends on how you look at them anyway. look, you see? The people aren't ugly, not if they're young at any rate. I've never seen anything as beautiful as Jake in all my life. I've got this thing about beautiful faces.
Well, that's something, I suppose.
When things outside get boring and ugly, I just kind of go inwards into myself. It's quite nice in there. I'm sorry I'm not cleverer. I really am. I'd love to be a credit to you both. You still haven't told me what the doctor said. I am your daughter.
I went to the doctor because I was feeling tired. He was an old man. He said, well, the world these days is an ugly, tiring place. What do you expect? I said to him, but I feel so tired, I think I'm going to die. And he said, we're all going to die. That came as a shock.
Oh, is that all? I mean, you're not ill or dying or anything then?
No, not immediately.
Oh, good. Oh, and Father, that Happy Wells, you were seen leaving her house early this morning. You're not...
Good heavens, no. Clear conversation. She's a married woman. What would your mother say?
She'd be very upset.
Yes, I think she would.
Poor Mum. You should try not to be too cross with her. I hope I die before I'm 30, let alone 40.
Poor Cherry. Look, there's the azalea. Where are you going?
Down the club. What do you think you'd do if I said I was pregnant?
You'd be out the door, out of your life in 2 minutes.
That's where you're wrong. You'd marry me. The trouble with your generation is you're a load of old cynics.
You little poisonous flower. You little sweet-smelling, rotten thing. You hypocrite. Don't you feel terrible? Aren't you frightened of what's going to happen to you?
But why should I feel bad? Peter doesn't care, or he would have written it, and you don't care about Brian, or you'd look after him a bit better. Oh, but I do feel bad. I feel awful. Oh, it's all quite horrible. I kept thinking that Peter was going to come in. I always do. Even though I know he's thousands of miles away. It's the sort of thing that happens, isn't it? Oh, don't look at me like that. It's not as if I enjoyed it.
Didn't you?
No.
Why not?
He kept talking about you all the time. It was very insulting. Oh, I wish I never had. I never will again, I swear. I'm very fond of you, Cherry. I really am.
What will Peter say?
You won't know.
I might tell him. I probably won't have to, of course. He'll only have to look at you. Guilt will shine out of your eyes, Abby.
That's not fair. What about you and Philip Rick?
That's finished.
Since when?
Did Brian tell you what the doctor said?
I forgot to ask.
Selfish cow.
Is he really ill? I don't think I could fancy a really ill man.
I don't know. Now get out of my house. Go and embroider pillowcases for your husband's bed.
You won't tell him. I'll never do it again, I promise.
Anyone would think you were 6. You shouldn't be allowed out in a grown-up world. Run away, little girl. You're late.
Philip's wife came up. I went with him to the station.
Oh, she did she?
It's just as well he's easily bored.
Yes. Would you like a cup of coffee?
Thank you very much. In a minute. What you doing?
I had a thought about Mariah Murphy.
I thought you'd given her up as a lost cause.
There's no such thing. What did the doctor say, Brian?
He said I'd been overworking. I needed a holiday, a change. I took one.
Yes, you did, didn't you? I heard.
And we'll have no more remarks like that either.
Quite the strong man.
Yeah.
It's rather nice. Did you see Judy?
Yes.
Was she all right? I hope I didn't upset her. We had a kind of truth session.
She seemed fine.
I'm very fond of her, really. And she's gone, what will I have?
Me?
Well, I'm getting rather sour and withered for a cherry. But if you can put up with it, I suppose I can. Abby's very pretty.
Abby was a necessity, Cherry Red. You try volume 4?
No, not yet. You always win, don't you? It's a bad habit.
Habit is very important. When you get to our age, at any rate, the only thing to do is go on doing what you've always done.
We do suit each other, don't we? It wasn't just a sort of accident, our meeting. It was meant, wasn't it?
I think we suit each other. Certainly with the time so strange and the jungle rising so fast outside the door, we've got to suit each other. Too late to start again.
Yes. Judy was looking very pretty, I thought.
Yeah. That's something.